Episode 4. The Volcano. The road rose gently, unhurried, until it reached a dark hill. The volcano. It didn't smoke. It didn't threaten. It looked quiet, almost asleep, and yet its presence was immense. Not like danger, but like a memory that doesn't leave, like a force that knows it once existed and doesn't need to prove anything. You stopped in front of it, not with fear, with respect. "This is my intensity," you said softly, not as an apology, not as an explanation, as recognition. I stayed beside you, saying nothing for a moment. But then I answered simply, "Yes, the one that protected you when you didn't know any other way." You inhaled deeply. The air was warm, but not heavy. "I'm afraid it'll erupt again. Not because it would destroy everything, but because you know what it's like when you feel first in your body, when something ignites before your mind can catch up, when fire arrives as a pain in your chest, a tension that rises, tears that appear without asking permission. You don't scream, you don't hit, you don't make noise, but you feel everything, too fast, too intensely." You stepped closer to the volcano. The ground was warm beneath your feet, but steady. It didn't shift, it didn't collapse. "I wasn't born like this," you said. "I became." And it was true. The volcano hadn't been a whim. It had been an answer to injustice, to carrying too much alone for too long, to moments when you stayed calm but burned on the inside. You held your palm toward the ground, not to control it, not to stop it, just to feel it. And then you understood something no one had ever told you. It isn't the fact that it might erupt that scares you. It's that once it erupted alone, that the fire rose without a witness, without support, without someone there with you, that you had to carry your intensity and its consequences by yourself. Then you understood. It wasn't the reaction that terrified you, but the loneliness behind it. But now it wasn't like that anymore. Behind you, the dragon was already there, not in front of you, not to impress, not to threaten, exactly where it needed to be, to hold. The volcano didn't disappear, but it no longer demanded to be left on its own. It was fire, yes, but not abandoned, not unwatched, not alone. For the first time, you felt that your intensity was no longer a problem to solve. It was a force that had been seen and accepted. Behind you, Grandpa stopped. He didn't pull out the notebook. He didn't make observations. He didn't measure anything. He looked at the hill for a long time, like someone recognizing something that once would have frightened him. "It was necessary," he said softly. "That's all. No but, no conditions, no corrections. And for the first time, no one told you you were too much. No one asked you to shrink. No one suggested you should be ashamed of the fire. You stayed there for a while, not for the volcano to disappear, but so you would know where it is. When you turned back, the fire was still in you. But it wasn't burning you anymore. It was guarded,